Welcome to Multicultural Musings, the show that looks at the quirky, the unusual, and the mundane in other cultures. Today we're going to talk about windows in other countries. That's right, windows. There's a vast difference around the globe, and it's largely dictated by the climate. Warmer countries have a single pane glass and very low technology, whereas colder countries like Canada, Scandinavia, and Germany often have triple or double glazing. That means 2 or 3 panes of glass with argon gas inside, and then a very good seal around the window when it's locked in place so that no air can move in or out of the window. And it's a very strange thing if you wake up in the middle of the night in one of those countries, because hardly any sound comes into the room either. So it sounds as though your ears are ringing in the middle of the night. It takes quite some getting used to. In these colder countries, the windows are generally smaller so that there's less heat loss, and the governments are actually quite strict about the standards of insulation that a window should offer. Really hot climates like in the Middle East or Mexico have also traditionally had smaller windows to prevent too much sun shining in. But let's face it, there's nothing nicer than a big window to let in lots of light and make a room feel bright and cheery. So with modern building techniques in Dubai, they use a lot of big windows for a modern, high-tech look. I think, though, that they may be moving away from that now because of high energy bills for air conditioning. Small windows, big verandas, and overhanging roofs are often the solution to keep the sun out. Historical events have affected windows through the ages, like these buildings surrounding the Römerberg Market Square in Frankfurt, Germany. Building owners would add as many windows as possible and then rent them out to people wanting a bird's eye view of coronation celebrations taking place in the square. In contrast, in the Netherlands, people wanted fewer but bigger windows. This was because when Napoleon Bonaparte annexed the Netherlands, he introduced a window tax to fund his campaigns. People were charged based on the number of windows they had, and the tax remained in place even after he was defeated. Let's start with the windows in South Africa, where I grew up. This is a window from my childhood home and is typical of many South African windows. It opens outward and is locked into place by turning the little knob. The windows are just a single pane of glass. Double glazing would be much more efficient for the cold winters, but the winters are relatively short, so it wouldn't really justify the cost. Sizes are pretty standard, though the glass might need to be trimmed slightly before being put in place. South African houses are typically bungalow style or one-story, so it's easy to access the windows from the outside for cleaning. In Catalonia in Spain, many windows are in fact double doors with little balconies, or just a little railing in front to prevent you from falling out. All these double windows open inward to clean easily. Note how they all have shutters to keep out the heat, and see this clever design as they hang blinds over the balcony to keep the sun out, but the air can still flow freely. Modern houses now have internal shutters that act as blinds to darken a room. Some places like this one have 3 layers, shutters on the outside, glass windows in the middle, and shutters to darken the room on the inside. I will let Patricia explain to you about the windows in Brazil.
Hi everybody, my name is Patricia and I live nowadays in Curitiba, which is the capital of the state of Paraná, in the south of Brazil. And this is probably one of the most common windows we have over here. You have this little lock over here. You just have to click and then you slide the window on one side and the other one to the other side. And the window's open, and to close it's just the same thing. You just slide it to the center, both of them, and you lock your window again.
Now we have Christina to tell us about the windows on the beautiful Indian Ocean islands of the Seychelles.
So this is your typical Seychelles window. You have louvers, and to open and close them, you close them like this. And then the louvers are closed. And so you open them again.
I have seen windows like this in other tropical climates around the world. There's no need for insulation and double glazing, and I imagine that the small standard size of the panes make them affordable and easy to replace. Now let's have a look at the windows in Germany. You can open German windows on a horizontal or vertical plane. Here we see a window being opened as you expect, with the hinges on the vertical side of the window. Note how German windows open inwardly so you can easily clean them on both sides. Now look at this clever trick. You can open a German window so that it tilts into the room, just allowing a smaller airflow to circulate. And you can do the same with doors. But the things I'm really enthusiastic about are German blinds. They're built into the wall above the window. You can control them using a strap on the inside. You can leave the little holes exposed for a little light and the window tilted for a little breeze if you like. Or you can make the whole room dark and the window protected from the elements. In Michigan in the USA, winters are long and cold, making it necessary to have double or even triple glazing. This window has 2 latches to make it seal closed and then a little winder to wind it open. There are many insects in Michigan, so the houses all have fly screens to keep them out. They are firmly locked in place, but can easily be removed by pushing these spring-loaded knobs that release them. You can remove the fly screen to rinse it off because it gathers dust and particles, since it acts a bit like a filter for air coming through the window. If you liked this video, please consider liking, subscribing and turning on bell notifications. If you want to share your pictures and videos of windows in your own country, please send me an email and I'll send you a link with instructions on what I'm looking for and how to upload. And future topics include kitchens and bathrooms. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching. See you soon.